This is the CE 2026 Math Past Paper. What is the value of the digit 5 in the number 857,269? The value of this 5 is 50,000. Round 673,829 to the nearest thousand. What do we do when we are rounding off to the nearest thousand? We underline the thousands digit. We look at the digit on the right to see if it is a less than 5 or 5 and greater. And it is 5 and greater, so we add 1 to the thousands digit. So we would get 674,000. Find the missing digits in the addition problem below. So we have 3,425 plus something is equal to 4,103. So to determine what is missing, we can subtract. So 4,103 take away 3,425 will give us, we need to regroup. 13 take away 5, or 5 from 13 is 8. 2 from 9 is 7. We need to regroup again. 10 take away 4 is 6. 3 take away 3 is 0. So it's going to be 678. Question 5, long division. 9 into 7,686. 9 into 7 is 0. 9 into 76 is 8. 9 into 72. We subtract. 6 take away 2 is 4. 7 take away 7 is 0. We bring down. We now have 48. 9 into 48 is 5. 9 5s are 45. And we subtract. We remain with 3. Bring down our 6. 9 into 36 is 4. 9 4s are 36. So we are getting 854 with 0 remainders. Question 6. Insert the missing element in the number pattern below. We have 3, 7, 12, and 18. We can see that the pattern is increasing. 3 plus 4 is 7. 7 plus 5 is 12. 12 plus 6 is 18. 18 plus 7 is 25. 25 will be the missing element. Question 7. Asha purchased a notebook costing $36.25. She paid with the bills shown below. How much change should she receive? What do we do when we are calculating change? We subtract. She's paying with 20 plus 20, and that is $40. So if she pays with $40 and it's costing her $36.25, we need to subtract to get her change. Yes, this question can be done mentally, but I'll be working it out. So we need to borrow 1 from the 4. We'll remain with 10. Now we'll remain with 9, 10, and 10. 10 take away 5 is 5. 9 take away 2 is 7. 9 take away 6 is 3. 3 take away 3 is 0. So the change she would receive is $3.75. Question 8. Shade 3/4 of the squares in the diagram below. Shade 3/4 of the squares. How many squares do we have here? We can find the area. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 4s are 16. Or you count. 4, 8, 12, 16. Okay? So you find 3/4 of 16. Before we multiply, we look for opportunities to reduce. 4 into 4 is 1. 4 into 16 is 4. And 3 4s are 12. So how many squares should we shade? 12. Question 9. Arrange the decimal fractions below in ascending order. And ascending order is from the smallest to the biggest. Okay, we have decimals here with 2 decimal places. So let's write all our decimals to 2 decimal places. And let us arrange them in ascending order from the smallest to the biggest. The smallest is going to be 0.07. Then it's going to be 0.17. Then it's going to be 0.70. And then the largest is going to be 1.70. Question 10. The cost of a shirt is $80 plus 12.5% VAT. Calculate the total cost of the shirt. So step 1 will be to work out VAT. And we should know that 12.5% is 1/8. And if we don't know that, then we can divide 12.5% by 100 and we will get 1/8. So to do that, it's going to be 12 2s are 24 and 1 is 25 over 2. And we're going to divide this by 100. What do we do when we are dividing fractions? Change the division sign to a multiplication sign and reciprocate the fraction. Now that we are multiplying, we're going to look for opportunities to reduce. 25 into 25 is 1. 25 into 100 is 4. 1 times 1 is 1. And 2 4s are 8. So we are getting 1/8, right? So we find VAT, which is 1/8 of 80 over 1. Again, we are multiplying, so we're going to look for opportunities to reduce. 8 into 8 is 1. 8 into 80 is 10. And that is $10. So the value added tax is $10. The question wants the total cost of the shirt. So to find the total cost of the shirt, we need to add the VAT to the cost of the shirt, and it's $90. Question 11. Gary started football practice at the time shown on the clock below. On the digital clock below, write the time Gary started his football practice. Where is our longhand? It's on 6. How much minutes past is it? It is 30 minutes past. We put the minutes past on the right-hand side of our colon. And it's past what hour? It's past 3. So the time is 3:30. Question 12. 5 identical boxes and a 2-kilogram weight are shown on the balance scale. So this is telling me that this jar is 2 kilograms and the weight of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 identical boxes is also 2 kilograms. And it's the same because we can see that the scale is balanced. What is the mass of each box in grams? So we will convert 2 kgs to grams. What do we do when we are going from a big unit to a small unit? We multiply by 1,000. So that is 2,000 grams. And we have 5 identical squares. So we're going to divide 2,000 by 5. 5 into 5 is 1. 5 into 20 is 4. 5 into 0 is 0. It's 0. So the weight of 1 is 400 grams. You must give your answer in grams. So this is going to be 400, 400, 400, 400, 400. In 13, a box has dimensions as shown below. The length is 12, the breadth is 4, the height is 8. Calculate the volume. This box is a cuboid. How do we find the volume of this? We're going to multiply the length by the breadth by the height. So we're going to multiply 12 by 4 by 8. By 4 is 48 and 48 by 8 is 384. But let's work that, right? 48 by 8. 8 8s are 64. 8 4s are 32 and 6 is 38. So we are getting 384 centimeters cube. Question 14. A carton of milk and a bottle of milk are shown below. So here we have the carton of milk and it's 400 milliliters. And we have the bottle of milk and we don't know how many milliliters or liters it is. The volume of milk in the carton is 1/5 of the volume of milk in the bottle. What topic is this? They're telling us that the volume of milk here is equal to this fraction. Once they're telling you that a number is equal to a fraction, that's a hint to calculate the whole. What is the volume of the milk in the bottle? And they want the answer in liters. So we have to calculate the whole. The question is telling us that 1/5 is equal to 400 milliliters. What do we do when we are calculating the whole? We reciprocate the fraction and we multiply. 5 by 400, similar number to the question before, is 2,000 milliliters. And the question wants the answer in liters. What do we do when we are going from a small unit to a big unit? We will divide, and we will divide by 1,000. Move the decimal point 3 times to the left. So we are getting 2 liters. Question 15. The square is divided into 4 triangles, okay? We can see that. A, B, C, and D as shown below. Which 2 triangles form a trapezium? So what a trapezium looks like. So isosceles trapezium would look like this. And then we also have our right trapeziums, which would look like this. So we're looking for either shapes. We don't know which one it is. The thing is, you will have your paper. So you could actually rotate, flip your paper in a different angle to see this question better. All right. So I can see. All right. So look at C and D. I don't know if you're seeing another one, but this is the first one that catches my eye. Are we seeing a right trapezium there? So the 2 triangles that form a trapezium here is C and D. Question 16. How many lines of symmetry are there in the shape below? I can see that there are 2 lines of symmetry in this shape. I can see that there are 2 lines of symmetry. This is one. And this is one. Question 17. Point A on the wheel below moved in a clockwise direction to point B. So it's going from A to B in a clockwise direction. It's going this way. State how many quarter turns can be made. We can see, we can find the half turn very easy. And what we can do is highlight the lines. So many ways you can, approaches you can use to recognize it easy. So as I said, from here to here is a half turn. And from here to here is a quarter turn. So we have 3 quarter turns. 2 sizes of the persons in a family are shown below. What is the modal size? Mode is most frequent. Which size is most frequent? 8 is most frequent. So the answer is 8. Question 19. The mean of 6 numbers is 91. Calculate the sum of the 6 numbers. Now, I always tell my students, when you're doing mean, set it up. Remember what goes on top. The sum goes on top. The number of values goes under. And the mean comes here. So they said the mean of the 6 numbers is 91. They gave us the number of values and they want the sum. We have to multiply 91 by 6 to get the sum. 6 ones are 6 and 6 nines are 54. So the sum is 546. Question 20. The tally chart below shows the favorite subjects of students in a class. We have the subjects and we have the number of students. So mathematics, it's 5, 6, 7. Music is 5, 10, and 4 is 14. Science is 5 and 4, 9. How many like social studies? The question tells us that there are 40 students in a class. Complete the tally chart to show the number of students whose favorite subject is social studies. So if we have a total of 40, all we would need to do is to subtract the sum of 7, 14, and 9 from 40, and we will get our answer. 7, 14, and 9 will give us 30, and 40, take away 30 is 10. So we have to complete the tally chart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And this is the end of section 1 for the CMAT 2026 paper.